it's Type Daily Haley and her sister. It's Savannah.
Ah.
So today I was gonna do a video. What was I gonna do?
Your pump.
Oh, what insulin therapy have I done? I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not.
I didn't know it was called therapy.
Okay, so what insulin therapy have I used? And let's get Savannah's reaction. Is this gonna be a boring video?
I can name all of them.
Okay, which one? Okay, instead of me answering, we'll let Havana answer if she can keep up with all the names. Okay, what insulin therapy have I used? You gotta start from the very beginning.
Used.
And you gotta use the technical terms for them.
Use pins.
Okay, but what's it called?
It's called a pin.
No, whenever you use pins, whenever you use a pump, it's pump therapy. Whenever you use pins or in,
I don't know.
whenever you use pins or syringes and needles, it's called MDI. Why does you think it's called that? Why do you think it's called that?
Noon dumb idiots. I don't know. I mean,
Multiple daily injections.
noon dumb idiot.
Anyway, okay, so I've done multiple daily injections. How long did I do multiple daily injections with the pen before I switched to the pump?
Well, let's say you did it half a year, 6 months.
Very close. I did it for 4 months.
Oh.
And
6
then,
months too.
and then, what pump did I switch to?
Insulin.
Why did I switch to that pump?
Because you were sick of carrying pins around, I think.
No. Why did I choose that pump over Omnipod at the beginning? Sorry, I'm so shaky. This is not an easy camera to hold. It's kind of heavy.
Because Omnipod didn't have the technology they have now, and it was a screen,
It was touchscreen.
and you couldn't lose it.
That is true. That is all of the above reasons why I chose T-Slim over Omnipod. Also, I got to try both of them out, and the pod was just so big.
And they made it smaller after a while.
Yep. So then, how long was I on that pump?
You were on it since you were diagnosed, and so let's see. I'd say
This year would be 6 years.
so. You
I
were
think.
on it for
No. 5 years.
so you were on it for 4 years.
Very good. I was on that one for 4 years. And then what did I do in between?
In pin.
Very good. I used the N-Pin whenever I wanted to take my mini pump breaks and just got tired of wearing the tubing around. I would go to N-Pin and use it. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen over here instead of the lens.
It's so hard to look at that lens.
It is. And so that's what I used whenever I take mini pump breaks. What pump am I on now?
Hold on. I know it. It leaves me every time. I know the name. Hold on.
She gets camera fright.
Man.
Omnipod. Okay. And what is the little controller called? What is the technical name for it?
What's your control? Your PDM.
PDM.
I knew that one because you say it all the time.
Whenever I say, go get my PDM, I don't say PDM. I say, go get my thing that's on the charger. I need my thing.
She doesn't use medical terms.
I don't. Yeah, and how long have I been on that pump for?
4 months.
Yeah, exactly 4 months. And I love it. I would never go back to the T-Slim, not even if you paid me. I've had to actually use it during times whenever I'm going low on supplies. I have a whole bunch of T-Slim supplies left. I don't know how that happens, but it does. So I have had to use it on vacation trips. We go sometimes, I wouldn't say often, but we go
quite a bit now.
We go quite a
that
bit
we've
now
sold the
to
house.
Mississippi, Alabama, and with our pastor friends up there. They had a camp recently, and so I brought my T-Slim with me to... Oops, sorry. Taking you out of the camera. I brought my T-Slim with me to make sure that I had plenty of supplies because we were going to be up there for like
2 weeks.
2 weeks, 14 days. We actually came back a little bit before the 14 days. We came back on a Tuesday, so the whole 2 weeks weren't completely up. But anyway, and so I have had to use it. But actually, it doesn't work like my Omnipod. I guess because my body's gotten so used to all of my settings on one. And it's so hard to switch it back to another pump because you got to adjust for different
it's like
things.
changing from an Apple phone to an Android phone. You have to learn each setup on each one. So if you switch, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a learning trail, I guess you'd call it, for switching them. So I mean,
so out of seeing all of my pumps, seeing everything that I went through, which one would you say have I had the most difficulty with?
I'd say in pin, just because you were always looking. Not that you lost the pin a lot, just you would forget that you didn't have a pump on, and you had already been forgetting to count for your step, even with the pump on. So I mean, switching from the in pin from the T-Slim was, I think, your biggest.
Yeah, I didn't remember that I forgot it a lot. I did remember that the app was so slow and it didn't work how I thought it should, and it was kind of difficult to keep up with what insulin I had. Also keeping up with a digital pin and a non-digital pin. So I could find it with the app. It would tell me what the temperature of the insulin was. It was a really awesome pin. I really loved it.
For people that are very responsible, not that you're not responsible, just people
People-
that have a house and have a stable place, like your own room. I mean, if you had your own room, and you did, but if you would have had a more stable situation at that time, I think you would have done better. And if you were a little older, like you are now, I think you'd do good with it.
Another thing that I love about Omnipod versus T-Slim is that the site changes are so much easier. You just grab this package with the pod, the syringe, and the needle in it, and then you just change it, and it's done. You put it on your body and click, it's in. T-Slim was not that way. T-Slim, you had to deactivate the old cartridge. Sorry, my arm's getting kind of tired. Deactivate the cartridge, fill a new cartridge, put it in, attach the tubing, then fill the tubing, then fill the cannula, then put it on, and then if something went wrong, you had to do it all over again.
It was a difficult. If they would have made it easier and made it more compact, more all-in-one, like the Omnipod has done, I think you would have been happier with it. And if it wasn't tubing, if it was wireless.
Yeah.
That's
See, T-Slim had a really good thing going because they had the Control IQ, they had Basal IQ, they had all of the technology that a type 1 diabetic could possibly want, except for the fact that whenever you go down and sit at a table, you couldn't just take a picture of your meal or put your meter into it and know how many carbs it was going to be. And that affected my brain a lot because of how much technology is out there. I guess what I was expecting from the pump was an artificial pancreas, and whenever I didn't get an artificial pancreas, I was 15 when I was diagnosed, so I was already eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, however I wanted, how much I wanted. You know, whenever we would sit down at a meal, I didn't have to think about how many carbs was in it. I just ate it. Now, I still have some trouble if we have spontaneous eating. We don't plan our meals like we probably should. I should start planning my own meals, but you know, we're so busy and spontaneous and we got so much going on. I have 2 dogs myself. My sisters have a dog each. My mom has 2 dogs. So we have a lot going on.
And moving. I mean, everything you do affects your life in some way or another. And having a disability like that is definitely going to interfere.
Yeah.
I mean, in some way.
I mean, I was trying to get a schedule together this morning on how a day in the life would probably go. I'm trying to get a new schedule where I wake up at 4 every morning. I get my coffee, I do my devotions, I pray, and I read my Bible. I do all of that early, first thing in the morning, because it's so important that we spend time with the Lord first. And if He doesn't come first, then the whole day is just going to be out of whack. And we have experienced that this week, just not getting up and not spending time the first moments of the morning with the Lord, and we find that affects our day.
Or trying to get up and spend those first times in the morning with the Lord, and something comes up and everybody has to go get in the car and we have to go to town, or we have to go to Woodville or Kingwood or whatever, just sporadic things. But, even if you're in the car, and I know this is kind of off subject, but even if you're in the car, put your earbuds in.
Yeah.
Play your Bible.
Yeah, get time with the Lord in the morning. And really, I found that it makes my whole day go better, because the Lord just reminds me, hey, you need to count for that. Oh my goodness, I forgot to count for this, and I count for it. Whereas, I'm not saying that, if I don't pray, the Lord doesn't remind me, but I find that it helps me to remember, because He's speaking to me, because I've spoken to Him this morning. He wants to remind me those things, and I do remember more. He gives me more clear thought on things. And so whenever I get up in the morning and I don't count for my coffee, then my sugar, which I didn't do this morning, I forgot. But I did pray this morning. Sometimes there will be times that I did forget to do something, and it does affect my whole day, because now I'm 200 and I haven't even eaten anything. And so, stuff like that will affect. And I think that the Omnipod has really helped me to remember more, because I carry it on me all the time. Most of the time.
Except for when you lose it.
Except for when I lose it. But anyway, I don't know where this was headed, but I'm going to turn it back around, because I've lost my train of thought. But another good thing that I love about Omnipod is that one thing I struggled with T-Slim is that every time I wanted to get in the shower, it was right after I ate. Or anytime I wanted to go swim with the girls, they would be eating watermelon in the pool. Stuff like that. We would have friends over at a barbecue, and we'd be swimming and eating at the same time. Stuff like that, I couldn't keep my pump on, so I would either miss out, or I would just have to not swim. So Omnipod is amazing. I think they really caught that side of life, that spontaneousness of being in the water and being, going to the lake with people. And my grandma was watching us film this video. Anyway, so Omnipod did an amazing job on that, I think, where it's waterproof and you can get in the shower right after you eat, or you can get in the pool right after you eat, that kind of stuff. So
if I was type 1 diabetic, I'd definitely go with
Omnipod.
It's just with our lifestyle.
The first generation was not as good as the second, because it just wasn't as up to date in technology. So anyway,
every time,
y'all. Every time. Anyway, so I guess
you might as well stop it and edit this out.
Yeah.
And then just edit it.
Okay, y'all. So we're gonna end the video here, and hopefully I'll get another video out. Hopefully a day in the life, if I can get everything together, get my schedule working. Usually Piper wakes me up at 4 every morning. But this morning she slept in, so I slept in. Anyway, see y'all next time. Hopefully not too far from now. Bye, guys.
Bye.